Start your week with a triple shot of good vibes. This is the Project Joy podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Thanks for joining me. Good Monday morning, everybody. How are you doing today? I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I'm super excited that you're with us for another episode of Project Joy today. It is a Monday, of course, October 11th, 2021, and happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all of my Canadian friends and family out there. So many of you guys know that I'm from here in the States, but my husband is actually Canadian. And so we have taken it upon ourselves to celebrate 2 Thanksgivings a year because why not? Hello, good food. Hello, good family. Hello, good friends. So we're doing that today. We've got company this weekend and, well, I guess technically it's Monday. It's not the weekend, but we can say it's a long weekend, I believe, for a lot of people here in the States as well. So we're just going to go ahead and say it's still the weekend because we can do that even though it's Monday, people. That's how we bring more joy into our lives. Make sure that you use the comment section if you're on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Use the comment section. Say good morning. Say happy Monday. Let us know where you're joining from. And of course, don't forget to share in the comments what is bringing you joy today. Another way that you can tell us what's bringing you joy is to actually join the show this morning. Some of you guys may be new and maybe you're not aware that this is a click-in, the new call-in show where you can come on air and share a moment of joy or gratitude with us here. All you have to do is go to projectjoypodcast.com and click that join live button and you can come on air with me here. You don't have to be on camera, though I want to see your smiling face, even if you've got the, bathrobe and curlers in, whatever you've got going on over there. I want to see your face. Come on and share a moment of joy or gratitude today. I would love to see you on here. So make sure that you do that for the next segment. You can come on anytime during the show, by the way. I also want to say a hello to all of our friends over at E360 TV, one of our fabulous networks. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And of course, everybody that's tuning in on any of our platforms for the Breakthrough Show Network. Thank you for being here this morning. So, what's bringing me joy this morning? It's bringing me joy this morning because it is Canadian Thanksgiving and I'm cooking today. And I'm excited about it, but also a little nervous-sighted, as my daughter says, because I have been on this journey of health for a long time, like my whole life, really. Let's just be honest. But when I've talked about when I had COVID a few months ago, it's like 4 months now. It's been almost, I didn't even realize it had been that long. But really trying to, my goal at first was to get back to pre-COVID, however my body was then. But because I had so many issues leading up to that, it's one of those things where it became even more important for me to be better than pre-COVID, better than just fine, as my friend Olivia Ambani sings so beautifully about in Kenya. She's incredible. And it's one of those things where I want to be better than just fine. I want to be better than I was before COVID, and I'm getting there. And one of the parts of that's amazing. You guys may have, well, I don't know if you've seen it or not, if I'm talking with my hands enough this morning or not, but I have my beautiful one of my swag here. You see that vegan superhero? I hired we've been vegan for 4 years, but I hired a nutritionist because somebody to look in on some of my wellness stuff to give me a little boost of confidence, because I tend to be a little bit of an overthinker when it comes to my food. Do I eat enough? Am I eating too much? Am I eating the right things? Am I eating things that are going towards my wellness? And so I got this whole box of swag this weekend, which was super fun. And I love it. And so that's bringing me a lot of joy. But so this whole thing with, like, I've been following a meal plan every single day. And today I get to kind of not wing it, but I get to like track my own stuff in my instead of it being a followed meal plan. So I might need some good vibes sent my way here, because I don't know how this is going to go today. I may be completely out of macros by like 10 a.m. So thoughts and prayers, people. Light and love, good vibes. That's what I need this morning. I want to say hello to some of our friends joining us in the comments section over on Facebook. We have Chris. Hi, Chris, one of my TikTok buddies. How are you, my friend? Did you see that I was on TikTok? I came back and said hi on TikTok last week. And I'm going to be popping on some more this week as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited about that. So good morning, Chris. It's good to see you. Hopefully I will see you back over in TikTok land when I'm back on there. Mr. Jackson is here this morning. Donnell is here, one half of Divine DNA over here on the Breakthrough Show Network. Make sure you guys check them out. They're coming up Wednesday, but more coming up on that at the end of the show today as well. And Mr. Jackson's birthday was this weekend, you guys, and he's still celebrating. He's off work. He's here. He's happy. It's a birthday boy. So everybody, please say happy birthday to Mr. Jackson as well. So, and Mr. Jackson is still celebrating his birthday in another comment, so that's great as well. My dad is here this morning. Good morning, Greg. Happy Monday. It's a beautiful day on Wadmalaw Island. You guys, if you don't know where that is, if you're like, that is a weird name, it is a little island off of Charleston, South Carolina. It's cool and clear this morning, and there is no rain in the forecast. My children are all great people, and that brings me joy. I will take that. Thank you. Thank you for that. And of course, we love Greg and Sean as well, my brothers over there on Wadmalaw, or the Cushing compound, as I've heard it called before as well. So lots of good stuff coming today. I'm looking forward to good food. I'm looking forward to, God willing, not running out of calories by 10 a.m. And I'm also celebrating, and nothing else bringing me joy, that's kind of part of that wellness stuff, starting out very slowly because of the COVID stuff and other things, health things that I've had going on. My goal was just to use this first week, so that I'm at a week in to program and get my 5,000 steps every day. And that may seem like such a little goal for some of y'all out there that are runners, and you don't even listen. I said it last week. If I'm running, you better run, because something's chasing me, or I may have heard the ice cream truck. That's just it right there. So, it may seem like such a little thing, but when you are breathless, when you've had a lot of issues, especially with the COVID stuff, it can be a challenge to get even 1,000 steps in some days. And so my goal was 5,000 steps every day, and I am officially a week past that. In fact, it's day 8. I think I took the little thing off I think I might have taken it off my phone. Or no, here it is. I saved it. Here we go. Look at, way to go. Way to go. I'm on a 7-day step streak as of yesterday. So today is day 8 of getting at least 5,000 steps. And I'm really excited that I have been able to do that. So that's bringing me a lot of joy this morning as well. Also been connecting with a lot of people. That's bringing me joy. And of course, bringing me joy being smack dab in planning phase for a musical evening of giving coming up on December 4th. You guys, please check out amusical-evening-of-giving.com, and you're going to see more about that later on in the show this morning as well. So as usual, we are going to go into the next segment. I want to remind you that you can come on projectjoypodcast.com, click the join live button, come on the show. Don't be shy. Let me see your face. Come on the show, share a moment of joy or gratitude with me this morning for the next segment. And we're also going to dive in to the next part of our Inviting More Play into Your Life series. We are on part 7 this morning. I think we're on part 7. So this was an article that was in Mindfulness Magazine, a mindfulness special edition back in August of 2018. So the magazine's a minute old, but I love that. Sometimes, I hang on to these magazines or articles or things like that, and the things still hold true. I'll flip back through and I'll find something that can be so helpful for whatever we're dealing with in the moment. And I just thought, with everything going on in the world, we really could use a little more fun and play into our lives, and being intentional about that, learning to be intentional about it. So that's what we're doing here. We've been doing the last 7 weeks. We're on week 7 today. And we're going to dig into the next part and, of course, recap some of the other things. But we're going to take a quick break first before we dive into that. Again, if you're just popping on this morning, make sure you use the comment section. Say hello to 3 things. Hello, where you're joining from, and what's bringing you joy today. And we're going to take a quick break and be right back with more of Project Joy Live. Stay tuned. Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every month for exclusive programming, where we invite you to go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com. Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and that was a little look at our Breakthrough Show network here at thebreakthroughshow.com. Make sure you check out all of our incredible shows. We've got some coming up this week that are going to be amazing, so stay tuned for that, because I'm going to share a little bit about what's coming up Wednesday and Friday, of course. So, you know what brings me so much joy in the moment to look at that little clip, that little teaser of our network, and there's one particular clip in there of me and Prophet Calvin Witcher and Heather Clark and Tara Abrams. And, those people are kind of some of the OGs of the Breakthrough Show network. And that episode was one of the few times that we had come together as a group before, and we did remember, because I'm thinking of this because Halloween's coming up. Halloween episode, we came on as Charlie's Angels, you guys. So Calvin was Charlie, and then me and Tara and Heather were all the angels, of course, and it was so much fun. And so anyway, just good memories. I love little things like that can just trigger, a fun memory. And so shout out to the 3 of you guys. I miss you guys. And I was just talking to Heather this morning and love that she and I are still connected and talk often. So just another little tidbit of what brings me joy today. Also, you'll see scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Please join our text community. Text the word breakthrough to 256-685-7092. Again, text the word breakthrough to 256-685-7092. And that's in the US, Canada, and Puerto Rico. For our international community and everyone else, even if you don't want text messages, you can join our Discord server to chat with other fans, meet past guests, and hosts from the Breakthrough Show Network. Just go to bit.ly/Discord Breakthrough. That's bit.ly/Discord Breakthrough. And what happens in the Discord? stays in the Discord, my friend. That's all I can tell you. I'm also really super joyful to be leading a loving kindness meditation live every morning at 6 a.m., bright and early Central Time, on there right now. And I'll be doing that in my Illuminate Your Gratitude experience coming up in November. So keep tuning in every week here to find out more about that. I'll be talking more about that as we inch closer to November. It's a free experience that I share every single November. And if you guys have never done it before, highly recommend that you jump in at least one time, because you're going to have a lot of fun with it. You're going to have a lot of fun. All right, jumping in now to our 10 play tips. We're on week 7, and I want to quickly shout out, speaking of Heather Clark, that was what started the chart. It was exactly what started the Charlie's Angels. Good to see you here, my friend. Queen Bee is here this morning. Good morning, Queen Bee. Queen Bee's Hustle. You guys make sure you check her out. She is one of the fabulous sponsors for a musical evening of giving. So we appreciate you, my friend. And I think we might have something else going on in the chat here, and I wouldn't click on that, guys. I would not click on that. I'm going to go ahead and bump that really quickly. Donnell saying, good morning, Queen Bee. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So jumping into our series on play this morning. Let me go back to my lovely banners here, because it's better when we have, things on the screen, people, things on the screen. We have visual aids to help us out with our 10 play tips. Number 1 was take a play history. So it asked you to go back and look at some of the things that you have included in your life that you used to love to play, specifically in your childhood, to look at what things did you like to play with, who did you like to play with, how, and all of the whys and all of that. And then to think about not just taking the play history, but how did it make you feel? And that really got us started with thinking about inviting more play into our lives. Now, number 2 was to be a playmaker. And, as much as silly as it sounds, you've got to choose to play. You've got to choose to be a playmaker. We can say, well, we want to have more play in our life, but if we don't actually do it, then we're not going to experience it, right? Number 3 was a lot of fun when we talked about collecting our toys. And again, boys and girls, this is a PG-13 rated, just go with that, PG-13 rated show. So you can take this one whichever way you want to take it, but we had a good time talking about some of the different things that we have as adults that bring us joy, that make us have more fun. We talked about like ping pong tables and pool tables and crystals and cards and board games and bikes and a lot of different fun things like that. So that was a lot of fun. So look at collecting your toys. Another question I asked was, what toys do you not have now that you might want to bring into your life a little bit later? Something great to think about. Number 4 was to make a play date. We often, those of us that are tuning in that are parents, we make play dates for our kids. So why not make play dates for ourselves? Actually put it in the calendar, it's really important. And the little bonus point one that I gave for that was to put it in your calendar, but also if you are a leader of some kind, a lot of times it's fun for us to create the space for those of us that we're leading. If we're in a group, if we lead a group, whether it's in person or online or like in my Discord community or something like that, to create a space of play for those that you are leading under you. And so you can ask Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson's here. You can ask him. Ask Mr. Jackson about the Macarena. Say, Mr. Jackson, what does the Macarena mean to you? So bonus points to make a play date for your those in your group if you are a leader as well. Number 5 was to find a playmate. And I loved this topic because we really dug in a little bit to the importance of roles of people in our lives, and looking into the fact that, if you've got people around you that are not playful at all, and you're trying to bring more play into your life, then we need to put forth a little effort to find some more people that love the things that we love and want to have fun like we do. And it's really important for us to do that. And I brought up the fact that I love my husband. My husband and I do a lot together, but we have things that we enjoy separately as well. In fact, he really wanted to watch a show that I had zero interest in watching. I'm not entertained by it at all. And so he took the time to watch it himself, and he's watching it with one of my kids. And so now they can be the playmate with each other, and I don't need to be that. And so it's very important for us to find different people that we enjoy to do different play activities with. Last week, we talked about bringing some attitude. What does that mean exactly? So play is not the quote that was used in this article was, play is not just reserved for the sandbox, right? So play is not just, it's easy for us to think about play. Okay, we're playing a game. We are playing a board game, a video game. We are riding our bike. We are playing basketball. We are, we're doing arts and crafts, whatever that is. But the truth is that we can bring this attitude of play to everything that we do. And we talked about in the comments, we had a lot of fun with talking about some different activities that we do in our lives that maybe are not fun, and they're not things that we think about play at all. And how can we then switch that up a little bit? In fact, speaking of Heather Clark, we talked a little bit about her last week, and we were talking about how Heather has been really instrumental in my life with helping me to be organized and, get control of my household a little bit. There's 8 people here, so it can go from 0 to hoarder real quick. Um, and, and so getting control of that a little bit, but also, how have I been able to bring some play into that? Doing it with friends, playing music, really doing the things that can make it fun for me. So number 6 last week was bring some attitude. Now, before we get on to our number 7 really quick, I want to check in with the comments. Queen Bee was saying, good morning, happy belated birthday to Mr. Jackson. Heather's laughing. Donnell is laughing, and I know what he's laughing about. He's laughing about that Macarena, and I'm very upset that he left me. He left me on the dance floor alone. Left me there alone to do. I'm trying to bring more fun into our lives, people, more play, and it was not appreciated nor reciprocated. But I love you anyway, Mr. Jackson. And of course, Angelique as well, if she is nearby, or maybe she's getting her beauty sleep this morning. We don't know. Judith Finneran is here this morning. Good morning, Judith. It's good to see you. So are you ready for our number 7 tip to bring more play into our lives this morning? Give me a hell yeah in the comments if you're ready this morning. Guys, I'm in some kind of mood today. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because I know I'm having pie later. Is there a pie emoji? I'm wondering. Let me know if there's a pie emoji. But if you are ready for our number 7 tip, let me know. Also, Miss Ford is in the audience this morning. Good morning. Great Monday morning to you. Happy Monday, Miss Ford. It's always good to see you here. Her new book is coming out soon, so stay tuned to the Breakthrough Show pages for information on that. We are really excited. There is a piece of pie. There is a pie emoji. I knew it. Emojis help bring more fun and play into my life as well. Yep, there it is. There's the pie. Chris has got it too. Fantastic. All right, here we go. You guys. Number 7 today. Are you ready? Dun, dun, dun. Don't sweat the small stuff. Number 7. Let's see what this fabulous article says here this morning. And as the late, oh Lord, I got too much stuff on my desk. Here we go. Speaking, Heather, come help. As the late Richard Carlson famously said, it's all small stuff. With that said, being playful can be difficult when faced with all of the very real responsibilities we deal with every day. Without minimizing the weight of these issues, we can begin relating to them differently. We spend so much of our sacred time worrying and stressing about what happened or what might happen when we become so tight and we become so tightly wound that even in quiet moments, it can feel nearly impossible to settle and relax into them. See if you can keep coming back to your present moment experience, returning to what you know is real and true right now. Okay, this is such a good one. Such a good one. Don't sweat the small stuff. So, I love how all of these as well tie in a lot of the other things that we've talked about. Okay. So ultimately, it's our choice. All right. If we're going through something, if we're going through a hard time, if we're going through something challenging, if we have been presented with something that's difficult, if we have made a choice that has created conflict in our lives, okay, it can be really easy to just dive head first, with all of our energy into whatever that challenge is. And I don't think, as this article says, that we don't need to minimize anything, right? If we lose our job and we have bills to pay or a family to support or something like that, we don't need to minimize that, right? Like, that's a tough thing. But we do still have the choice of how much weight and energy and time and all of that we put into it. We can also, if you were waiting for a permission slip for this today, here it is. I will signing it for you. Here's your permission slip. You are allowed to go through the hard times and still have fun at the same time. Okay. You're allowed to still have fun. You're allowed to still play. You're allowed to still have joy. And I know that to some of you, that sounds really silly and like, yeah, I didn't need a permission slip. Keep your permission slip. And that's fine. But to other people, we like to say, okay, well, someone dies, we have to be sad, period, end of story. If we lose our job, we have to be angry, period, end of story. If it's someone's, I'll even flip it a little bit. If it's our birthday, we have to be happy, period, end of story. No, you're allowed to experience all of the range of things. So as we're talking about bringing more play into our lives, and we're dealing with because we're talking about this from an adult perspective, as we've said before, it's easy for kids. Kids, we didn't have to tell us twice, get out, don't come into the lights, come on, go have fun, period. Like, that's it, right? But as adults, we don't have anybody telling us that. We have people telling us work harder, take care of your family, take care of yourself. Literally no one is going, go play. No one's doing that. And so we have to be that person for ourselves. And as we are going through all of this stuff as adults, we have bills to pay. We have kids to take. I was just talking yesterday. We had to take one of our daughters to the pediatrician because she woke up with her jaw all swollen out, like double the size. And I was like, oh crap, and obviously it was Sunday. So I thought it had to be something dental, right? Because it's in that area, because she didn't bump it or anything like that. Nobody popped her in the jaw. Even though she has 5 other siblings, that did not happen yesterday. And so, we took her to the pediatrician just to make sure that everything was all right. And she's one of her big teeth coming in, and, I think it's causing swelling and other stuff like that. So in the meantime, got that all taken care of. But I'm thinking, as all this was going on, and, you look at your child who's all swollen out and you're like, just in this place of worry and panic and going, God, are they okay? And you just hope that because you're responsible for this little human being, right? And there, all of this is so much worry and anxiety that can come with having children. So if you have children, you have a lot of, anxiousness going on there. And then you have work, and then you have stuff at home, and you have bills to pay, and you have the everyday life things of getting older, people more people as you get older, and more people that you're closer to as you get older die. And then let's add in all of the catastrophized things that are going on around the world, right? So there's all of this stuff going on as adults, and it's very easy for us, the media specifically, and some of our friends that we may or may not know, make it very easy for us to get sucked in to all that, and not allow us to do anything else other than be sucked into all of that, right? So we may have a hard time bringing play into our lives when we're dealing with all of this other stuff, but we do have the choice. And it just because you're playing, just because you're choosing to be happy, just because you're choosing to have joy, does not mean that you are minimizing the experience of whatever else you're going on. Because I think as humans, sometimes we want to honor those things. Since we're in spooky season right now, or let me check really quick the comments. Judith, by the way, says, hell yeah, with some pie. Queen Bee said, hell yeah, she was ready. Oh, this is good. Okay, before I get into this, because this is going to tie you. Judith, you are magical. You are magical, my friend. Judith said, when my spouse was killed and I had been grieving a while, I realized I could put grief on the back burner and go have fun. Y'all, just send some good vibes to Judith for that comment right there. Judith, thank you for being so vulnerable. And I know that she's also shared that on the Breakthrough Show as well, when she was on her episode before with the Breakthrough Show. You can do all the things at the exact same time. All of the things, you guys. I give you permission to do that if you needed permission to do that. You can feel all of the things at the exact same time. But this ties beautifully into my little story here, because it is spooky season and she's been the top of my mind. Last season on the Breakthrough Show, I interviewed the incomparable Dee Wallace, who has been in such amazing films as The Haunting and Cujo and E.T., as famously known as the mom in E.T. And we talked a little bit about grief, and we talked about, how if we go to have fun, and if we do all these things, and we live a good life, and we play, and we do all this fun stuff, that there are people who feel like, well, that's not honoring the person that died. You're supposed to be sad. You're supposed to be upset. You're supposed to be angry. You're supposed to be frustrated. And she interrupted me and she said, that is honoring them. It is honoring them to go have fun and to live your best life, because that's, you hear it all the time. Anyway, that's what they would want. Well, I don't know if that's what they would want or not, but it's setting a great tone. It is honoring them to go forward to live your best life. And so I love how that story popped into my head. And then I saw Judith's comment there as well. So don't sweat the small stuff. Even if you've got all this stuff going on, you still can bring more play into your life. You can do that. You're not dishonoring or minimizing the other things that you're going through to bring more play into your life. So how do we do that though? Like, one of the things that Judith mentioned was that she gave herself to put grief on the back burner. That doesn't mean she can't come back and cry, or, even go do something and cry in the middle of it, or, process it in whatever way, think about it, all of that stuff. But I think that visual for people, you can put it on the back burner, you can have your fun, and you can do whatever else you need to do, and you can always go back. That's a great visual to have for that. What are some other things that you guys feel like you could do in order to not sweat the small stuff? How can you go through life things and still have fun, still play, and all of that good stuff? I know some of you, and I know Shiraz, our friend Shiraz over at Rewriting Reality, that if he was here, he would say, just have fun. Because it's simple for some people, right? Like just choose to do it, right? It's that easy. But there's times when it's not that easy. Some of the things that I think are helpful for me is if I'm really in that space of wanting to honor an experience or something that I'm going through and it's a hard time, I will write it down. I will write it down, fold it up, sticky note it somewhere, write it down, and then you know that you're going to be able to come back to it. It's very similar to how Judith was talking about putting it on the back burner, right? You can put it down and come back to it later, but writing it down, it's going to guarantee that you haven't forgotten about it. And if you do forget, it's going to be there. You're going to be allowed to come back and revisit it. So it's there for you. Write it down and come back to it later. Also, speaking of writing, if you want to have fun and you're having trouble getting kind of out of the funk of all of that small stuff or even some of the big stuff, it's just to get it all down on paper. If you're not a writer, put it in your voice notes or whatever, some of the things that you can do to get it out and then go have your fun. And that releasing process probably helps in the way. But one of the things that always helps me as I'm having trouble getting out of all of that small stuff, maybe a little funk that I'm in, is to surround myself with people who can help pull me out of that funk, because sometimes we need that. And one of the people that always helps me do that, because every single story that he puts on Instagram and Facebook brings me so much joy, and I sing with him. I laugh. Well, he doesn't know I'm doing these things because I'm literally singing yesterday. Why do you build me up, buttercup baby, just to right? Yeah. Please welcome back to the show, Tim Hodgkiss.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, Jessica. How are you?
Hi. It's good to see your face. You're back home.
Likewise, I am back home. It's the first day back after a week, and you were talking about don't sweat the small stuff. I wake up and it's like the rush of all the obligations and the email inbox, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to open it.
You were on vacation.
I'm sorry?
You were on vacation.
Yes, I was on vacation in Orlando, and I had a lot of fun. It was immaculate down there. And I met so many people, and sharing my stories on Instagram, and I'm glad to hear that it brings you some joy and some happiness, because that's why I do it.
Yeah, it brings me the joy. And I was just sharing, I was eating dinner last night, and I was watching your story I was just sitting, we weren't eating in the same place last night. We were all spread over the house because I didn't want my nice table that I had set for our Canadian Thanksgiving today to be ruined. So I'm like, don't you sit at the good table, people. Don't do it. So I'm sitting there alone because I know I won't make a mess at my own table, right?
Right.
And I pull up your story, and I'm singing and dancing at the table, and everybody's looking in at like, what is she doing in there? No,
it's infectious, right? You can't help but move to the music.
That's right. Did you get to see Mickey Mouse?
You know what? I didn't make it to a single park. I stayed at Disney Springs. I did not see Mickey. I didn't. It was the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World in Orlando.
Really?
I didn't realize that until I got down there. I'm like, oh my God, there's a lot more people than I thought there was going to be. But the people that were down there, they just have such a happy spirit, right? They're Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and the Magic Kingdom. So it's fun just to go down there and see who you can meet and have fun.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
I mean, it sounds amazing. Before I get into having you chime in on our topic today, I want to say hi to Adam Duvall. He's here this morning. You guys make sure he's over Warrior TV. Check them out it brings awareness to mental health. I'm going to be a guest on there coming up in a few weeks. So I'm really excited about that. Make sure you check out Warrior TV. Judith loves Build Me Up Buttercup. Who doesn't? Mm-hmm. If you don't love that song, you're on the wrong show.
Isn't it such a great song? No. I don't know where I picked up on it, but it's embedded in my mind.
Look who else is here this morning, a mutual friend of ours, Caroline.
Yeah.
Sweet Caroline.
Caroline. Da, da,
Ba,
da.
ba, ba. Okay, there we go.
You
Good
had it.
morning. Good to see you
Love
this
it.
morning. So, we're talking about bringing more play into our lives, and today was don't sweat
Woo.
the small stuff. So, when you have all the things going on, are you able to still play and have fun in all of that? And how do you do that?
This is like spot on topic because this is something that I used to be very good at, compartmentalizing work and play. Well, works over here, plays over here.
Yeah,
See, that's how
one way.
it's gotten blurred. It took me a few days to just unwind and say, I'm on vacation. I am not thinking about work. I am here to just recenter myself. Um, and sweating the small stuff, if you don't pay attention, it can really creep up. It can, it can weigh you down, and you really have to dust off those shoulders every now and again and say, wait, look, this is am I on purpose here? Where am I going? Am I just scattered trying to keep a bunch of balls in the air and keep a lot of people happy other than myself, and I'm running myself into the ground? And that's kind of what I felt I was doing the last few months. And so I really had to take some time in my head, recalculate, recalibrate, and recenter and say, what's important to me? Where am I headed? What's the next 90 days looking like for me, and my happiness? And that was important, for me to do that.
Mm.
A lot of
I
people
love how
don't.
you said next 90 days though too, because a lot of times you hear people say like, what's next for me in the next year, 5 years? And yes, it's good to do long-term goals, but if you're in the midst of trying to be recentered and recalibrated and all that stuff, like just
Yeah.
look a little further. We don't have to jump ahead 5 years.
Right. Right. More frequent. I think more frequent check-ins with yourself helps you stay on that track.
Yeah.
Wherever you're headed. And I think having kind of a uh, a guidepost and a vision for what a long-term goal is for you, and then having those short-term check-ins to make sure that you're on track and in purpose for that goal.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah. Now, I know that it's interesting that this brought up Don't Sweat the Small Stuff by Richard Carlson. And that movie, I don't know if it's out yet or not. Did you see that there's a movie about his life? That
No.
Yes, and it's based on like kind of what his wife and children went through after he died and how they kind of carry on his legacy, because I don't think his book went bestseller until after he died. I think that's
Oh,
part of the
wow.
story.
Mm.
And so it talks a lot about legacy and stuff. So I just found it really interesting. I keep seeing these commercials coming up for that movie. And it has Heather Locklear is
Oh,
playing his
wow.
wife. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen her since like what was the show? Melrose Place.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. That's a blast from the past.
Oh geez. Here we go. How old is our host? I'm hiding now.
Oh, it's on reruns, it's syndicated.
That's the only place I've ever seen it. I don't
It's on Netflix somewhere, right? Everything's on Netflix. You search for it.
I know. So bringing into all of these things, it's really good to, because some of these other tips have sounded really good. Like, oh yes, just choose to play and collect your toys and make a play date. But in the midst of being an adult, like we're not always presented with, here's your just go out and play and everything's
Yeah.
great and wonderful. We have all this stuff going on. And so I think it's always helpful to ask people like, how are you doing it? How is it, possible for you to go through the stuff and play at the same time?
Definitely mindset, right? And
Yeah.
attitude, having a playful attitude and always being in that, trying to always be in that space and always bring that perspective into even a very high stress situation, I think helps. It's really hard to schedule. Well, I'm going to have fun at this period of time in the day or the week. Take on a playful attitude, and it kind of conjures up a happier spirit, and it rounds the edges on difficult situations.
Right. Absolutely. Well, before we let you go for the day, I have to know what exactly is bringing you joy today, Tim?
Woo! This. Seeing you, talking to you, sharing with you, you're always so positive and so inspirational to me. So thank you for having me on, and I look forward to seeing what you have in store for all of us.
Yes, what's gonna be good. We're gonna finish up this series. We have 3 more weeks to go in this series, and then I've got something else good coming that I can't, that'll be perfect for the
Right.
holiday season, because
Yeah.
I know that it's
It's
easy
here.
it's here. And, we can look into it and go, well, it's a holiday season. Again, another one of these assumptions, it's supposed to be joyful. It's supposed to, but we experience a lot of different things with it. And so I think this is the perfect time of year to be intentional about our joy. And I'm excited about this holiday season. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yay.
Well, I'm excited to see it.
Yes. Well, thank you for being on this morning, Tim.
Absolutely.
It's always good to see your face. We are going to take a quick break, you guys. And speaking of joy and fun and all of the things that the holidays can bring, have you gotten your ticket yet to a musical evening of giving? That is my question, because you're going to get to hear great music. You're going to get some holiday shopping done, gift giving, and you're also giving back to charity, because 100% of our ticket proceeds are split evenly between Overcoming Odds and the Weiss Scholarship Foundation. So check out more about a musical evening of giving, and we'll be right back. We are so excited about that event, you guys. Please be sure to get your tickets, a musicaleveningofgiving.com. And I want to just point out really quickly again, 100% of the tickets proceeds are going to Overcoming Odds and the Weiss Scholarship Foundation. If you guys have never heard of their organizations before, go to thebreakthroughshow.com and check out the episode from last Friday. I'm going to give the date really quickly for anybody that's on the replay. So look for the episode from Friday, October 8th, 2021, and you're going to meet both Brett Weiss and Oleg Lohid, who are Overcoming Odds and the Weiss Scholarship Foundation. I just did that backwards, but you'll get to meet them, hear a little bit about their organizations and where is the money going to. And when it says $30 for the ticket, literally $30. $15 is going to Overcoming Odds. $15 is going to the Weiss Scholarship Foundation. 100%. The Breakthrough Show makes nothing. The sponsors make nothing. It's all going to them. And we are so excited and proud of that. And so it is $30 for your general admission ticket. If it's something that I'm not going to be able to tune in for that. I already have plans, whatever it is. You can buy a VIP ticket that's going to get you the audio and video recording. So you can actually listen to the event or watch the event anytime. And on the replay, as many times as you want, you're going to get the recording. And then the platinum VIP ticket not only gets you the recording and the general admission ticket, but you also get to come to our VIP after party, which we're super excited about on Zoom. And also you get an event t-shirt, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to get called out as a VIP. In addition, all of that, general admission, you get 1 ticket, VIP, you get 2 tickets, and platinum VIP, you get 3 tickets. We have giveaways going on throughout the entire event, you guys. We have gift certificates we're giving away, and t-shirts and books and all of this stuff that could get you a little bit of a head start on your holiday gift giving. So we're really excited and proud of that. Please make sure you get your tickets, because it's going to be amazing. So thank you guys for joining us today and listening to a little bit about a musical evening of giving as well. We're so excited about that. Judith was saying that she knows Christine Carlson, that she's so awesome and that's awesome that you know her. How exciting is that? I loved that. I was introduced to Don't Sweat the Small Stuff in high school, and was really just always moved by that book. I have a lot of interesting memories that pop up where it revolves around that book. So I'm excited about that movie as well. Caroline, it's fabulous to see you here this morning. Tim does always bring the joy and happiness. So thank you, Tim, for popping in this morning. Let me know what you guys have going on for the week on the Breakthrough Show. We are really excited because on the network, we have coming up on Wednesday, Divine DNA with Donnell and Angelique Jackson. If you guys have not caught this show yet, it's a wonderful show about relationships. We talk to both the single and partnered up couples alike. So they are going to be on at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, October 13th. So make sure you tune into them the second and fourth Wednesday of every single month. Also, coming up on Friday on the Breakthrough Show, I am really excited because we have a guest. Let me pull up, because listen, I'm not trying to mess up names this morning. I'm just not going to do it. Nothing scrolling like I wanted to. All right, here we go, you guys. All right, so we have our first guest coming to us from India, which we're super excited about. Bishara Saeed is going to be here. And also Terrain Brown is going to be here on Friday. We're really excited to have both of them on the show. It's going to be wonderful. We're going to talk a little bit about breakthroughs that happen at different periods of our lives. And also, we're going to dig in a little bit to the importance of working on ourselves as we are going into a relationship. And you're going to hear about the really fun thing that Terrain did to to go on the hunt for his perfect woman. So stay tuned. You're gonna love this. It's gonna be great. So good show coming up on Friday. Divine DNA is very excited about Divine DNA coming up on Wednesday. We are due. And I may or may not be a guest on Wednesday, my friend, and you're going to find out how I continue to date my husband now that we're married. I added my husband in there because it got some lines crossed this weekend. As I said, how I continue to date as I married my husband. There was some, I don't want the rumors flying, people. I don't want the rumors flying. I continue to date my husband as we are married. So tune into that Wednesday, you guys. It's going to be fun. Thank you guys for watching or listening wherever you are in the world today. I hope that this show brings you joy. Please let me know if it does. Please let me know if it does. It really means a lot to me if you send me a message and just say, hey, Jessica, the show stinks. Or saying it brings me joy. It starts my week off on the right, but I really want to know these things and know how it's impacting you. And that's going to determine, how we proceed next year as well. So please let me know if this show has a positive impact on you. I hope you all have a wonderful week as well. And until next time, I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day, because it's really important. And I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
You've been listening to the Project Joy podcast with your host, Jessica Dugas. We'll see you again next Monday and every Monday for another episode to start your week off right.